And mic check, mic check. Good evening, good evening. Yo no sé. I'm trying to change webcams real quick. Okay. We trying to get it together, y'all. Oh, I'm not on. Okay. Can you hear me now? Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Hey, Amy. Hey, Maribeth. How are you guys doing tonight? I am like destined to be like hot and sweaty when I get here. I feel like no matter what I do, I'm still all woo. Praise Jesus. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, no. My fro is froing tonight. Can you guys hear me okay? We can hear well. Okay, thank you, Amy. Woo. Praise Jesus, y'all. It's hot. I'm hot. We have company tonight. I'm sure you guys can hear little people. So we are going to try to stay as focused as we can. The children went to Vegas this weekend. So we have the little people. Oh, thank you, Sister Soul. I like that. So, Sister Soul, Sister Soul, Sister Soul, Sister. That's how my mind works, y'all. I like hear somebody say something and a song immediately jumps to my brain. Oh, praise Jesus. So you want me to go ahead and say hi to everybody, babe, or you want to? I'll let you do it because I can't see real good. I'll be looking at my nose if I try to look and see. It looks like Facebook and YouTube are both working. Thank goodness, right? Good evening. Good evening. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I know with the intermittent schedule, it's not always easy to remember when we're going to be live, but if you're a Roycycled Insider, I do send a schedule out at the beginning of the month. So letting you guys know when we're going to be live here and when we're going to be live on Whatnot. Speaking of Whatnot, we were going to be live next Friday, but we've lost a really dear friend of ours, and his services are Fridays. So,
1 second. I just want to check my phone. So I gotta hear you because I don't have headphones for yours. Oh, I'm muted. Because I'm curious because I'm sitting further back if I'm not in front of the air conditioner.
No, I've been depressed.
They do anything.
oh, I hear you.
Turn me up.
Oh,
I hear you.
I hear you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
Thank you, Angie. I know.
Okay.
Actually, my heart goes out to the family, but so we won't be live on Whatnot until Saturday. I think we said noon on Saturday is what we decided for next weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Should I
praise
say
Jesus.
hello?
Yes, let's say hello to everybody.
All right, on YouTube, where all I see is your arm.
You see my arm?
So,
Are you frozen?
that might be an old
David is looking for me on YouTube. Okay.
Okay, on YouTube, I've got Amy Waters, Mary Beth Martin, April Meeker, Sister So, Doris
Hey,
and
Sister
grandchildren,
Soul, Sister.
Woo 2, Louise Stevens, Maid on Maple Lane, that's Stephanie, and Susan Glazer and Michelle Best. And over on Facebook, I have somebody.
Is it Clee's birthday?
I got Angie Champagne, Lee Brown, Pamela
Oh.
Karen Moyer, Mary Ruthhosen. Let's see, Samantha Brown from Australia, Whitney Steele Walsh, Chris Schmidt, Karen Moyer. Let's see, and Kim Pierce Farmer.
Good evening, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I have so much stuff on my table right now, you guys. I'm a little ridiculous, but I was thinking, I don't know how much time we're going to have with little people. We'll see what happens.
Well, I just shared to somebody who may or may not be traveling back, just
Hey,
to let
Chris.
them know that we're here.
Oh, let them know. They're not. They just left Vegas at 2.
I know.
They won't be here till later. Yeah, I think we're good.
Can you move your camera down just a little bit? You got a ton of head.
I have a ton of headroom. Really? I mean, you're gonna make me show my sweats.
No, just saying.
Ow.
No,
There's a lot of
watch.
wasted space above you. Butterflies are pretty, but
Well, it's hard though. I cannot
that's
move that.
fine.
Oh, you know what? Yes, I can. Hold on. 1 second. Is that a little better?
Let's see. I got to see when you're sitting there.
Of course, now I moved it. I'm trying not to hit the F buttons on my keyboard here because I'm using this tripod. I'm a
Yeah,
little
that's
more,
better.
okay. I'm a little more centered. Okay, so today, I know the new people are like, well, y'all get to it. If you guys are new here, my name is Royce Hunt Bell. The voice you hear behind the camera is David Bell, and together we make Roycycled Treasure. And we also have the Grand here today. Kathleen Hoover says she can't find me on Facebook. I should be on Roycycled Treasures.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay. Maybe
Oh,
refresh,
I died.
Papa,
Yep. Fine.
refresh your browser and maybe it'll show up there. So I have way too much on my table. We'll table that into another time. That's irrelevant. I do have the project that we started together a week before last. And so I thought we would finish up those projects together tonight, if that's okay. I'm going to switch cameras. We have new software, you guys, so it's not as agile as my other software was. So please bear with me. Although I'm able to do HD on this one, which is nice. Plus and minuses, plus and minuses. Okay. So I wonder if, can I put on another camera? Oh, I can. I just discovered something. Woohoo! Woohoo! Well, that's not how it's supposed to look. Okay, how about that? Is that okay? How does that look?
Oh, I
Yeah,
missed
looks good.
I mean, is it large enough for people to see what I'm doing though?
Well,
Hey, Angela.
yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You
I
said,
like it. For
well.
a minute there, it was kind of split screen.
Oh, yeah, that
And
was.
Now it's smaller, so yes, I think it works.
Okay. I should have left well enough alone.
Oh.
Okay. We'll do that. Okay. Because last week somebody said up something about not being able to see me. So, you guys, I'm trying to.
Split screen.
Yeah, I'm going to go this one. Is this one okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, I'm behind you, so
Yeah, you have like a delay. So tonight, you guys, and Angela's here too, so we'll share something. You know what, Angela, give me some deets so I can share with everybody what's going on in Tennessee next year, okay? So last week, you guys, we started this bread box right here. Let me move some, let me clean up my table a little bit. I have way too much stuff out. I get so excited when we plan to come and share with you guys that I grab too much stuff. We started with this bread box, you guys. You remember my barn pick? And I felt like it wasn't done with just the paper. And so I brought some transfers, and I'm a little disappointed because the transfer that I wanted, I used already. You see this, what what does it say? Good tidings right here. I thought that would be super cute on here. It would look like an old advertising piece, the kind we like to collect, but I don't, it's done. I already used it. I'm so sad. And I probably sold my other pad to somebody during the retreat because I could have sworn I had a second one, but I couldn't find it. So I thought we could at least find another piece to put on here just to make it feel more complete. What if I do the bells from inside of here? That might be cute. Oh, and there's another set of bells. Let's look and see. Oh, that doesn't even belong. This is actually last year's transfer from IOD, so I apologize. Should I sprinkle candies? That would be cute. I apologize, and I do not have it either, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with that. Those bells I think would be perfect. We're just going to add that, and then I think this piece will be done. And whenever you're using transfers, you guys, make sure your surface is clean and dry. So I've already cleaned this, but I'm going to clean it with some alcohol really quickly just to make sure that I don't have any kind of debris or anything on here. Although, should I put it on the paper?
Okay, a couple things while you're doing that.
Yeah.
If you are on Facebook, we would appreciate it if you would share. And put in an emoticon, an emoji, a sticker. It does look like you put one in, but it's me. I put it up there.
Oh yeah, David's on my tablet.
Yeah,
so
DeMar can use mine with Sonic.
he's gonna be me today.
So yes, a comment, a emoji, with the heart, whatever. That all is appreciated. If you're on YouTube, we would appreciate a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. That'll let you know when Royce goes live. But you can customize it, so you don't have to get everything from YouTube. You just get the ones you want.
And that might help because we're not live like every Sunday. I know it's hard to remember when we're gonna be here. So if you sign up for alerts, you'll get alerted when I schedule the live. And then you'll get another alert when I go live. And I'm just using my blade to trim this. I'm not doing a wonderful job, but now that the paper is dry, it makes it a lot easier to get a nice clean trim. And you guys will notice that I'm laying my blade down rather than holding it right up.
We do have a couple of comments and questions.
Yes.
So Whitney Steele Walsh says on the paper. Kathleen Newman says on the paper. Claudia Bermuda says maybe on the side. Kim Pierce Harmer says, love this IOD Christmas one. Is it out for sale?
Oh, it is. If there are any IOD reps that have this specific transfer, please put your link in the comments. And any Roycycled retailers, please put your links in and let people know that you have the new Christmas designs, please.
And Angie Champagne says, where's the baby girl?
She is with other grandma. Yeah, she's with Nana.
David can't hear you too good on YouTube. I know. It did not come through well. I'm not sure why.
Oh.
I don't think it's picking me up.
I think it's picking up the cooler instead of you, you think?
No, I think, I don't know why.
You want to, we can turn.
I think it's your software.
Oh.
So I'm not unmuted. I'm running. I've got me turned up as best I can. I'll try and project.
Okay. As soon as I cool down, you guys, we'll turn the air off.
And we've had a few people say that Facebook is not on. Facebook is running. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I don't know.
Facebook is there. I'm seeing comments.
Oh yeah. So will you read Angela's post for me, please, babe, about the 127 sale next year that I'm gonna be going to in Tennessee?
Angela Witzel says, jazzing up the jump 2026. shopping the world's longest yard sale. The first group is August 1st to August 5th, 2026. Second group is August 5th to August 9th. Jane Vellante, Royce, and Angela. Tickets are available at dogwoodexchange.com.
Yes.
So on YouTube, I hope you can hear me, dogwoodexchange.com. I do not know cost or anything, so I can't say that. But if you go there, you can find out.
They can go to the landing page and
Yeah,
get all the
I
information.
don't know, is there a size limit on
For that one, I believe so, because it's in Angela's. There's only so many beds, so yeah. And then we have the retreat coming up too in April. I'm gonna be a busy bear. I'm gonna be busy next year.
Angie, we can hear you. It sounds distant. I think it's coming through Royce's microphone.
I think maybe, you know what? I wonder if I can add on a second mic.
Oh,
It's because there's only one mic.
Dorothy says, happy early birthday, Flea Brown.
Happy birthday, Flea.
Angela says 12 per group. Oh my gosh, you better get your tickets now then.
Yeah. I think I can only have one mic is the problem. So I think the issue is that this software will only allow the mic with the camera. And since you don't have a camera, you don't have a mic, which we're going to fix that. I think we should bring David on camera. What do you guys think? I vote yes. And then you guys can see when he's misbehaving and on whatnot bidding for stuff instead of paying attention.
I would never do that. eBay.
Oh, eBay. Oh, my bad. Okay, this is boring. You guys get the point though. I didn't do it last week because the paper was still damp. I see people a lot try to trim their paper when it's damp, and it's just really hard, you guys, because your paper isn't going to tear clean. It's not gonna cut clean, it's gonna tear. So if you wait until your paper is completely dry, you're more likely to get a clean trim. So patience. If Melissa is here, patience, Melissa. I think that I'm going to put the transfer on there. And then I'll put the transfer on the front. And there's a set of small bells. We'll put the small bells on the top. That way, you guys remember back in the day when companies used to offer like holiday products? I feel like that's what this would be. It's like a bread box that Hostess might give away during the holidays. I'm saying Hostess because that's the brand I remember when I was little.
Lee asks, Royce, are you going to be at both Jazzing Up the Junk retreats?
Yes, I'm going to be at both. Poor Angela. She's going to be ready to kick me out at the airport by the time we're done because I'm going to be there all week.
Dorothy wants me on camera, but Dorothy, you see me. You know there's absolutely nothing special.
And then the Roycycled retreat is in April, you guys, and we've already started selling seats to people on the wait list. So if you want to come, make sure and sign up. And last year I had 60 seats available and we only sold 53. And I was honestly thankful. See, the Lord always knows what's best because I think 60 would be too tight in that space. And since we know that now, there are only 55 available. We're going to add some more tables. So it won't be as tight as it was last year, but I think we can fit like 2 more people. So there are only 55 seats available, and we've already sold some to our waitlist people. So if you were thinking about coming,
yeah, on YouTube, I don't know how it looks on a TV screen. I think it looks like this. I just turned my phone sideways and turned off the comments.
you know, I can take myself off.
No, it looks good.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Oh, okay.
It looks
very
really
good. Okay.
So if you're watching on TV, I think you'll really like it.
It's all trimmed out now. I think that we should put the big bells here in the middle, and then there's another set of bells here, and we can put them just one side on the top, and I think that that's good.
So for your retreat,
yes,
which will be before Jazzing Up the Junk.
Yeah, my retreat's in April. Jazzing Up the Junk is in August.
So is there a hashtag? Or do they have to do a code or?
Oh, I should have done a hashtag, huh? Baby, I think there is a hash. Try hashtag retreat, baby, and see what happens. Oh no, don't do it because it'll kick you off. I think it's hashtag retreat on Facebook, and then I can put a QR code. Let me see. You guys are making me work. Okay, there's a QR code for my YouTube folks. If you guys are interested, if you click through, it's not going to make you like purchase it. It's just going to give you more information, and you can decide if you want to come. I got to tell you guys something. So I've been going over the comments from last year and all of the reviews from last year. And I don't know, is Melissa here? I don't think I saw her. I was reading Melissa's blog, and you guys are making me cry. I don't know. You know, you build something and you hope that it's meaningful, but you really don't know. And I was reading everyone's comments from last year, and I'm under pressure to make this one just as good, if not better. But it really was impactful. And will we be teaching techniques? Absolutely. Will we be arting? Absolutely. But even more than that, I think it's just being able to come with like-minded ladies in a safe space and just be is where the value really is. And so I hope to see, I know we have a lot of people returning, which I appreciate.
Lee says hashtag retreat works.
Okay, thank you, Flea. Happy birthday, Flea, by the way. Happy early birthday.
Oh, Melissa Kiwi Jonas is here too.
Hey, Melissa.
Who was there?
She was there.
And,
She was giving me the side eye after getting off that little bitty plane. Yes.
And Melissa's something that's part of the retreat is because of her. That you're going to have a special pin for the people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We'll have pins for everybody next year.
So the besties get a pin.
Yes, the besties will get a pin.
They get their own pin, and then everybody gets a different pin.
Yes.
So if you're a pin collector, because that's a thing.
It is.
I know Disney pins are a big deal.
Look at how easy that was. But I just wiped that down with alcohol. I wanted to just make sure that, you know, there wasn't anything on there. And that went on there really quickly. Our paper is sealed. So you guys, you can use transfers over your decoupage paper. Just make sure that your paper is completely dry before you start applying your transfer. If you start applying your transfer and your paper isn't dry, what will happen is it'll lift up your paper. But if you're applying a transfer and that's happening, just walk away and leave it alone. Let it dry completely, and when you come back, your transfer will go down. So it's not a lost cause. If you start and you know you are having problems with your paper picking up, don't panic. Just put your project down, leave it alone, and find something else to work on. And then you can come back and your transfer will go down. A lot of times it feels dry from the top, but there's moisture trapped underneath, especially when you're working on porous surfaces like wood, you know, or paper. That can happen.
Melissa said, yes, that plane ride. I disagree. I've ridden that plane. I think it's a nice flight.
I know. I just think it's a small plane. I remember when I went to go see Dominique at Basic in Kansas. I mean, not Kansas. Where we go? Oklahoma. And, you know, when you book your flight, it doesn't tell you that your flight's going to be all little. We had to, like, go outside and get on the plane. I was feeling some kind of way about that little plane.
Yeah. No, I know. I've ridden on many airships, mainly for work.
And we went to Appleton, too. That plane wasn't exactly big.
No.
The one from O'Hare to Appleton.
I've ridden in a biplane. It's literally me and the pilot.
Oh, no.
And I gotta say, the plane from Phoenix to Sanford, that was a smooth ride.
Yeah.
My only issue was I was too proud to ask for the seatbelt extension, so it was tight.
The lady said there was something rattling in the back. There was something loose. It was making them nervous.
Let's see. Somebody else said something. Dorothy said we need to stretch exercise every day, so Linda Burdett will do it.
I know. Linda did such a good job, and that was not planned. You know, there's something magical that happens. So Jane Galante is my mindset coach. You know, when you have big dreams and you want to do big things outside of your comfort zone, it helps to have somebody to help you because our brains lie to us every day. And so I was so blessed when Jane offered to come to the retreat. And she did some journaling exercises with everyone every morning. And Linda said that through those journaling exercises that she actually gained the confidence and the bravery to be able to stand up in front of everybody and do those stretching exercises. And so when she came to ask me if she could do them, I had to say yes. And so that wasn't even planned, but it was perfect, right? Okay.
Kim Pierce Farmer said she wants to come to the retreat. Not sure yet. Timing is an issue. We understand. She also asked, can you use the heat dryer over it to speed it up?
To speed up
What
the
you're doing.
no, you don't want to use heat with your transfers. Your transfers are pretty much a extra, like a thin layer of the word just left me, baby. Help me out. Plastic, not plastic, but vinyl, right? And so you don't want to put heat on it because it can actually impact how well it adheres. So you just want to rub it on there. You don't want to add the heat. And I was being extra careful because I'm going over my paper. I want to make sure I didn't have any lifting or anything. But how cute is that? Couldn't you see like some kind of brand name on this during the holidays? And this is a bread box. And I want to point out something. The bottom is really rusty, which I love. But well, I will be selling this on Whatnot. I'm going to go ahead. I'll be spraying this with some clear Rust-Oleum spray paint, A, to stop the rusting so that someone doesn't end up with something holy, you know, in a few years. And B, just to make sure and put all that rust, you know, behind something to make it safer. So I'm going to use some clear spray paint right on top of that. But I'm going to keep that rust because I love that patina. But I think this came out super cute. And you guys, this had a hole on it. This isn't, obviously, you guys probably, this isn't, this didn't come with this. I just took one of my extra doorknobs, and this was a flange that I had in my stash. And I just put it through the hole that was on there so that I'd have like something to pull this on and off. So this project is done. I think that came out super cute. And I know those are just two little transfers, but I think it just makes it look more finished. And you guys voted for both the plaid and the flowers. And so this is from the Roycycled Christmas Wallpaper Decoupage Paper. And this floral, I know that the scale is really small. I did that by design, but I reconstructed an old wallpaper to make this. It took me a lot of time, but it's done and I love it. And I thought the colors were perfect for the holiday. And then we have the plaid that matches this. They go together. And then both of these go really well with the Roycycled. Let me see if I can find a piece over here. The Christmas project slots. Or no, it's the Christmas slot decoupage paper. So this is another one from release. And you guys will see their little pieces, right? There is the floral portion of it, and you see the plaid right there, and the plaid is over here. So these are meant. This one goes really well with the two patterns for the Christmas wallpaper. So super cute. That's the one project. So that's one we did, and of course we finished this one last week using the fall flock, just one little piece from the fall flock. This is my favorite piece on that paper, so of course I use that. And we have our last design to finish.
Ooh, is that going to go on Whatnot?
What, this one? Yeah. I have to get good pictures first.
Just saying.
I know.
Just letting people know.
I have to get better about taking photos. So you guys, I know that I am on this kick with the paintable decoupage paper, and it's only because I know how much fun you guys are going to have once you start. Like, I know it's going to be so much fun, and I've already seen some absolutely gorgeous pieces. I put a post on the Roycycle Treasures page, and a few of you shared your projects. Fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing. But I wanted to show you guys a couple of things. This is the one that we started together last week. And this is actually from two different pieces. This one is from the fall the Paintable Fall Decoupage Paper. This bird, I believe, is from the Paintable Harvest, and then this piece here is from Paintable Harvest. But we tore off the pieces, we decoupaged it on here, and then we just used some gel medium, right? And we went over the edges of this, and I went over the top too, so that you can't see the physical edge of the paper once we start painting. And then I'm going to do watercolor today, so I went ahead and put some transparent watercolor ground over the top of everything. And you don't have to do this, but it does, the paint does lay a lot better on the watercolor ground than it does, you know, just on the clear coat. And a lot of you probably have by now, if you've been with me for a while, clear gesso. So if you all you have is clear gesso on your craft table, then just use the clear gesso. That's fine too.
Please says I bet at least one item in the upcoming IOD holiday will go so well with the papers.
I bet it. Oh, I don't probably Flea. And then this is something I want to show you guys. I'm working on a video for this, so I haven't trimmed it yet. But on this one, I just use regular. Like this is a extra heavy gel medium. On this one, I just use regular gel medium, and it worked just as well. So if you have regular gel medium in your stash, just know that you can use that as well. And on this one, you guys can see I put the music notes masterboards down first. And then I tore these flowers out separately and I decoupaged them over the top. So the beauty of these papers is because they have a white background, you can build whatever you want, right? Like you can put them together however you want. And then I'm going to be painting this one, but I'm working on a video, so I'll be working on this one. And hopefully I'll get that video up next week. But I feel bad because I feel like I complicated things last week. So I'm going to start with a brand new board that we did. We built this board together. And I'm going to be using just watercolor today because I think that's the easiest. I have watercolors and I also have some watercolor pencils here. Either one would be super easy. So if you feel like you're not agile enough to be able to work with the paintbrush, watercolor pencils are really fun too. So we're going to work with two of those today. And last week, I wish I would have looked at who asked the question. Someone asked an excellent question, and her question was, how do you know where to put what color? Because I was talking about, the shadows, the highlights, the midtones. And so I actually made you guys a guide. And it's a guide to Roycycled Paintable designs. And inside of the guide, I have like pictures with examples, circled, showing you where the highlight is. This is the highlight. And then tips on how to paint it, right? And then kind of a definition of, so what you see is no lines or empty spots. That's a highlight. And then use your lightest color or leave it white. You can also white back color in these areas. Use white at the very last in these areas to breathe life into your project. So this is just showing you, it's kind of a map of the lines and how you guys can read them when you're coloring your paper. And so I made this specifically for someone asked a question, and you guys can put hashtag map right now during the live if you're on Facebook, and you will get this in your inbox. And if you're not on Facebook and you're on YouTube, I have a QR code for you. Oh, I keep trying to touch my screen, you guys. It's a laptop. And if you're on YouTube, you can use this QR code. If you guys don't want to leave the lives when I put the QR codes, you can go back to the replay and it'll be there for you. And I'll also put it in the comments. So I made this guide for you guys, and I hope it's helpful. I think it will be. And in addition to, whoops.
Grandma, we are going to go make another sandwich.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be right back.
Okay.
Yep.
And in addition to like the directions on like where to put darker colors, lighter colors, medium colors, I also just have the easiest way, which is to use one transparent color, and I have some tips for you there. And then I also made a color swatch for you guys. And those of you who've taken my Crafting and Color class or my Decoupage with Confidence course, you guys already have this. But if you didn't take those classes, This is a color swatch sheet so that you can kind of go through and test your colors before you start painting. So I made that resource for you guys. So let's get painting. I'm doing a lot of yapping tonight. I am just going to use some paint brushes. You guys, this is my jankiest brush, and it's my favorite one. Regular paint brushes. If you guys came to the retreat, you could use the paintbrush set that you guys got here, swag bag. It's perfect for a project like this one. Let's start with the watercolor pencils. I think these are fun because you can be super accurate about where you're going to put your color. So I'm just going to pull out a couple of colors. I'm not going to try to use all of them. And so I have 3 oranges here. Let's just do that. So tonight, I'm not going to be complicated. I'm just going to do it simple. KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. That's what one of my teachers used to say all the time. So just like when we were in school, I'm going to outline it with this darker orange, and then I'm going to go back and forth between these 2 oranges, and I'm going to start with this pumpkin over here. And then if while I'm working, you guys have questions, just pop them in the comments, and I will answer. I love the watercolor pens because it's kind of the you get the benefit of both worlds in that you can put your color like exactly where you want it. And I know it looks kind of janky right now, but watch. And I'm using different, just like you guys remember when we were younger, we'd color, right? And we would trim out our pages, our objects with the darkest color. And then we would go in with like lighter colors. It's the same thing. And I'm rushing because I don't want you guys to get bored watching me paint, but you can take your time. This can be really like relaxing. And then you can just take your water and your brush and you can move that color around wherever you want it to go. And so watercolor pencils can be really fun. And I was watching someone on YouTube. I don't remember who it was. I got to start paying attention. And she colored her pumpkins all the way with her pencils. And she just left it and she spray sealed it. And it was so pretty. And she posted, it was a metal pail. It was so cute. I wish I remember who it was. But she posted her project on my Facebook page too. I'm sorry if I don't remember. Oh, Dorothy did alcohol inks. Can I zoom? I cannot zoom with this one, but you know what I can do? Give me 1 second. We're going to zoom manually. Is that better? And I just went in with water and I'm just moving that color around. Now, that's one way to do it. And I want to show you guys, even though I just used orange, right? You can still see the highlights in that because the lines are going to be there regardless. So if you use a transparent color, like it's going to work. Now, this is a watercolor set, and I bought this from Lexi Grinzer, and I went to her website at Lexi Grinzer Art, and I didn't see it there. But Meeden has a really nice watercolor set on Amazon, and it's 48 colors too. And Meeden usually like makes good products, so I'm thinking that that will be good. And 48 colors is nice. Another reason why I wanted to do watercolors is because I feel like it's a really good place to start when you're painting. Because transparent colors I feel like are a little bit easier and forgiving, and B, you can get 48 colors, right? And the set on Amazon for Meeden is like $26. So it's a really like easy place to start if you don't have anything. And And of course, if you guys have your clay-based paints or your chalk-based paints, you can use those as well. Just water them down some. So and if I wanted, I could seal this and go over it with some wax. Like all the things that we do, you still have those options. So if you paint yours and you're like, oh my gosh, that's just a little too bright, you can let it dry and seal it, and then you can go over with a darker glaze or a wax. Or those of you who've been in my color class, you know that if you have a color that's too bright, you can just add its complement, right? Now with the watercolors, if you go in with straight paint like this, it's going to be more like chromatic. It's going to be brighter. But if I put water on my surface first, then when my color goes down, it won't be as bright. And I'm using oranges, but you could use blues and grays, right? If you like, what are those pumpkins called, you guys? The ones that are blue and gray. Once dry, are you applying a top coat? Yes, Angela, absolutely. I'll have to seal this once it's dry. But I'm just going to paint this with one color just so I can show you guys. You don't have to be complicated. You can just get one. And I sprayed this one first. You guys see how it's laying down? This is the same color, but because I sprayed it first, it's dispersing in the water and it doesn't go down as, like the color isn't as concentrated. So I almost made him 2 sandwiches, but I didn't know. And this little snail is so cute. I can't wait. I don't know what color I'm going to put him, but it's not going to be some color he's supposed to be. I know that. And then I know Chris Schmidt is going to tell me, look, Chris, my watercolor set came with the water pen. So if you have a water pen, you can use that with your watercolors too.
Dorothy says, I like how you can blend orange and yellow and red to vary the orange color.
Yes.
Blue is Cinderella.
Blue is Cinderella. No, there's, what are they called, you guys? The one pumpkins. My mind said legacy pumpkins first, and I know that's not right, but I can't think of the right word. I know you guys know. Monica posted that there's a word for what I go through all the time, baby. Me losing words. It's so ridiculous. But it happens to me all the time now. So last week I added a darker color on those darker lines, but you guys can see that you don't even have to do that. You can just leave it. I am going to pick up some color on these.
We have a request. Can you move the board up just a pinch?
Yes.
From DBA Design.
Oh, I know, huh? Sorry. I put my watercolors there and then I couldn't.
Susan Steinberg Princess and Hubbard Squash.
No. What do you call them? The pumpkins that are blue.
Angela Witzel says, once you dry, are you applying a top coat?
Yes.
I don't know if you've already answered some of this stuff.
No, you're fine, but I'm just going to pull some color off of some of these, not all of them. And of course, I could use like a paper towel or something too. Or I could just come back with white paint afterwards too. That would work.
Chris Schmidt says heirloom pumpkins.
Thank you, Chris. Heirloom pumpkin.
Whitney Steele Walsh says Crown Prince.
Is that an heirloom pumpkin? It probably is, maybe.
Marty Hardy says, I lose my words so much now.
I do.
Oh, Smith Brown says, in Australia, the blue-gray is called a Queensland blue.
Oh, The Queensland blue pumpkin.
And Marty asks, is there a Roycycled retailer on here this evening?
Any Roycycled retailers that are here with us, if you guys would please put your links so that the ladies can find you and they can buy paper.
Yeah. So
And
don't just say you, because Diva Designs just said yes, but put a link to your store.
Yes, put a link to your store if you're able to, so that customers can find you.
Shannon Booth says Jarradale, Queensland Blue, and Blue Doll.
Ooh.
And Susan Ruger too says Cinderella.
And that was twice that somebody said Cinderella. So that must be, I didn't know that that's what they were called.
And Shannon Booth says Blue Hubbard and Crown Prince as well.
I mean, so you could use those colors. You could also use, you can use whatever color you want, right? Because we're like playing with our imaginations anyways. So we can do whatever we want. But I said I was, oh, I'm only going to use oranges. I'm not going to use, I said I was only going to use one color, but I'm still sitting here putting other colors. I can't help myself, you guys.
It looks like Diva Designs is mirror.
Oh, you know what, Mira? I keep seeing that on my Facebook, and I thought that was a group that you were in, but that's you.
That's what police said. You're showing up as Diva Designs, and then Diva Designs said vintage retail therapy. And you know that's mirror.
Yeah. But I just think these are so fun. I'm getting a little carried away with my water, so I'm getting paint outside of where I want it. So I'm just wiping it back a little bit. And like on this pumpkin right here, there's a lot of highlights. So I can just touch that with my napkin if I want it to bring those back. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, okay. I see you. I was confused because it kept coming up in my feed, and I was like, Diva Design. I know, Mara. I need to get stencils because and I know I have recycled stencils and I use those, but Mara has different stencils than I have. But you guys see how easy it is to paint these? And of course, it's your project, so you can paint it whatever color you want. When we were at the retreat, the ladies were laughing because I was like, you can paint your birds whatever color you want to paint them. They don't have to be whatever color the bird actually is. It's our imaginations. We can do what we want, right? I have a tray that I picked up at the thrift store, and I'm thinking I want to do one of these designs on the bottom and then put some resin. I'm going to paint it first and then put the resin on there. And I like tapping my color in with the watercolor and then letting it dry. And it leaves little blooms in there, which I know some artists don't like it. I think I saw Kim Sminky on here. She's probably like, Lord Royce, don't do that. I'm sorry, Kim. I like it. I know there are watercolor artists that don't like when it blooms, but I like the texture of it. I feel like I'm going to put a little bit of red right here, you guys. I know I said I was only use one color on each one, but one of the things I like doing is when I'm using different colors is to kind of spread it around a little bit to make everything look a little bit more balanced. Are any
No, I'm not really
questions?
helping you right now. Just fix something up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are there any questions, babe? But maybe I should just put water where I want it to go, so I don't have to deal with keep wiping up this. But Demar, I wonder if Ariana's watching. I haven't seen her.
I shared it too.
She was fussing. Our daughter-in-law was fussing because we weren't live last weekend. She doesn't appreciate us not being live every Sunday anymore. I'm gonna stick with the light green for the leaves. Oh, although it's fall, huh? I should put a little orange. It's kind of a reddy orange, isn't it? I'll do that. A little green, a little orange. I'm making it up as I go along anyway, so. Can't see what I'm painting? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm out of frame. Baby, you're supposed to be helping me out.
I know. I'm trying to get it.
I know, I'm just messing with you. I am just dropping some, because I had started this one green, and I went ahead and dropped a little bit of orange in there. Can you guys see that now? I mean, because it's supposed to be fall, right? But this one, I left a little bit of green on there. I'm just having fun, I suppose. What color should I paint my bird, you guys?
I'm going to try and find you a Sonic game. Here you go. That does not require advertising. Because he keeps pushing the ads.
Oh.
So that's all right. Okay.
Ariana's birthday was yesterday, right, babe?
Yes.
That's bad. Dorothy remembers. It was yesterday. That's why they went to Vegas, was for Ariana's birthday.
Okay, let's see. Dorothy Lage, back in California, we went to a pumpkin farm every year to get a variety of pumpkins. Melissa King Gomez, what did you put over the gesso before applying the watercolor?
I use a watercolor ground. It's a transparent watercolor ground.
Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. I love using the bird from the fall project block yesterday.
Yes, Mara made a super cute project with her birdcage tinsel.
She also said French blue for the bird.
French blue. Do I have French blue on this palette? That brush is not making me happy. Isn't that a pretty red? It's this one right here. It has a lot of blue in it. And so another reason I like having 48 colors, like the watercolor palette, is because look at this. I have, these are like true reds, right? Well, this is true reds. These have a little bit more blue in them, so they're kind of pinkish a little bit. This is pink. I have these two oranges, orangey yellow, yellow. So you have like a ton of variety, right? So you can really play.
So that's why my screen is all jacked up.
Why?
Using his finger to get the mayonnaise off the sandwich.
And then playing the game. Oh yeah, but
let's see.
let's see. I'm gonna do that one like a yellow.
Really keep an eye on your screen.
Yeah.
Because your name is covering up some of the work you're doing.
Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can take that off. Banners.
Guru 2, you are painting pumpkins. She is cutting watermelon.
Okay.
They call it a black watermelon. It's really sweet and said it's good.
Oh.
April Meeker says teal on the bird would be pretty.
Oh, that would be pretty. Hey, April.
Amy Waters says the printable papers make it so easy to create pretty things. Just one piece of paper can make tons of, and I'm going to say this very slowly, shelf sitters.
Yes, you can make a ton. Yeah, because the paper is so big. So if you guys are new to Roycycle, these sheets are 21 inches by 29 inches. So you get a ton on one sheet of paper. I don't think this is, let me put a little bit of peach in here. Is that pink? That looks like a pinky, yeah. I think I want a little bit of peachy to this yellow. And then I'm going to take a little bit of orange, though, just to make sure. I'm always adding colors from something else so that everything looks cohesive. It's a cheater move. That yellow's a little bright, but we'll come back when that dries. I think I like the idea. We got a blue and a teal, so that's kind of the same mindset. Let me see. If we do teal, okay, let's do this really light orange on his belly. Him, her on their belly. And I have a big old thing of water here. So when I clean my brush, I'm getting whatever color was on there before off. And I'm going to take some of this blue. I wish I have some right here. See if my shoulder's going to cooperate. Can you guys see that? You guys cannot see that.
In Vintage Retail Therapy by Mira says, I love me a meaty paper.
Right? With a lot of, you can do a lot of stuff with one piece. Okay, so I have this right here, and I just used this really, really light orange right here. This one right here. And I want to use this blue. And so what I'm going to do to make sure that they look good together, I'm going to take a little bit of this color and I'm going to mix it in there. That made it really green though. Let me see if I can get a little bit more blue in there. I want it to be blue, but I just want to make sure that they're going to look good together. But I added a little bit more orange than I wanted to. So I'm going to keep adding blue until I get back to like a teal color. And that will help your colors look like they belong together. If you can mix. So whatever color I use, I'm going to mix that teal into it.
Yeah.
We're just going to pretend like this is all the
Dorothy
same.
says, Russ belly and rich blue.
Oh, then he's a bluebird. No, it's not a rusty belly, but I might add some rust though. Whoops. I added blue right there. I didn't mean to do that, but it doesn't look bad. I have this orange here. I'm just going to add a little bit of that blue in the orange, and I end up with the rust color. And we're going to put that on that wing, and I'll put it right here.
Dorothy Leigh says lazuli bunting.
Huh?
I'm guessing it's a bird. Dorothy knows this stuff. So.
Well, she and her husband, they go out on those desert walks, and I'm sure they see a lot of birds. Did you guys know that there are more hummingbirds in Arizona than any other place in the U.S.? I did not know that. I almost left off his little thigh right there, y'all. We can't leave off the thighs. But how fun. And on the Christmas paintable, the birds are bigger. So if you really enjoy painting the birds, the Christmas paintable has a lot of birds and they're bigger than the birds on these designs. Are you guys having fun yet? Because I am.
Just a plan.
Are we? That was too fast. So, just by a show of hands, who's going to try the paintable papers? I want you guys to try them. They really are fun. I'm whining, yes. And you can apply the papers to anything and then paint them and make them your own. And you guys know I'm being sneaky, right? I'm doing this so I can get you guys to paint.
Nate on Maple Lane says Pennsylvania has the ruby-throated hummingbird.
Ooh.
And Michelle Vest says these are very fun. April Meeker already ordered mine, super excited. And Gert Lorenzo just joined on, said, can I have to watch the replay? That's fine.
Hello.
Let's see. Over on Facebook, Kim Pierce Hermer says, just got the principal paper this week. Can't wait to try it. Liz Fricker Visipin said she's got some going to try. Lou DeBelder Stevens says I'm in the process.
And if you guys are nervous, right, about the outcome, start with just you guys see, if you start with transparent colors, you really can't go wrong.
A lot of folks that are waiting on.
No, you can't push those, Papa, because you know what? The people hear that when you push it. They don't want to hear those noises.
Marge Rootshausen just bought all of them. Okay. So a lot of folks, Marge. Just waiting for them to...
I know they just came out.
Yeah.
So I know that a lot of people just haven't gotten them yet, but I'm happy we were able to get it out to our retailers. My goal is always out to get it out to everybody, so that when we release, they have them. That's a peachy color.
Dorothy says they're going to Costa Rica for their wedding anniversary.
Oh.
From Mott to Quetzals in February.
Oh, I was going to say happy anniversary, but it's not quite yet. How exciting, Dorothy. You better not have them dogs underfoot then, Dorothy. I'm fussing.
I don't know. I see the thing I like about a lot of this stuff is, A, I don't do it. So I let other people do it.
Yeah.
And B, you can make what you want.
Yes.
So the fact that you can cut up your papers and no two things will look alike depending on who's doing them.
Yeah.
But once you do the colors, that adds an extra layer of individuality.
Absolutely. And then you can still put transfers on top of this if you want. You have paint inlays, you have transfers, you have stencils. You can really build out whatever you want.
Well, Luann Vassallo said tried the first ones and loved them. I have an order, have two ordered this release.
I wanted to offer you guys something for the holidays. So we went really deep into fall and Christmas on these.
Dorothy suggests the pair, if you add purple or purplish, would make it a bosque.
You guys know a lot about this stuff.
Dorothy ran, you know, that practice.
This is true. Her husband is a chef.
But yeah, I love that idea of it's yours because you chose the colors, you chose which ones you're going to do, and
how you're going to put them together.
Yep, the next 8 people that use that same paper is going to be completely different.
Yeah. I think this is closer to a pear green.
I'd like to see somebody use it on furniture. So
there have been a couple of furniture pieces. Somebody posted a table. So did you drop it?
No, he wants to go inside again.
Oh, we're almost done, Papa.
When we're done. Made on Maple says I liked all the variations of flowers that people posted on your share page.
Right? And everyone is completely different. I don't know about that pear, y'all. Oh, it doesn't look bad. I have to look on the camera. Like, isn't it weird? Like when you look at your work. So I painted a really ugly rose today. It's bad, but I don't even care. I'm working my way through some stuff, y'all. Um, but when I went back, it wasn't as ugly. I mean, it is ugly, but it wasn't as ugly as it looked to me the first time I looked at it. Sometimes you have to walk away from your work and come back to be able to see it objectively. But there's something about looking at it on the screen, it gives you that same objectivity as when you step away and come back. It's weird.
Speaking of painting, I don't know if you mentioned it while we were gone. You've got a free thing for painting, right?
I do. I'll do it again. I did it, but it's okay. We'll do it again because I know people are coming and going.
I knew you had mentioned it before we came on.
Yes. So if you guys, I know that the last time that we were on, there was a question about how do you know like where to paint what. So you guys see me now. I said I was going to keep it simple. I did, but like I want to go back in now, and in my areas where the lines are darker, I know that's where shading goes. So I can go back in and I can add some colors. Like I feel like my pumpkin needs a little green right here. So somebody asked, how do you know where to put the different colors? And it was such a good question that I literally went in the house and I made you guys a resource. So this resource shows you what the lines mean on the paper. So I have it set up like what you see, you know, and the description of what you see, and then how you can approach it, and then the name of it. So we have highlights, give your midtones, you know, what that looks like and how you can approach it. And then in addition, and I actually use my papers as examples for you guys so that you know, like you have a working example. The easiest way is kind of what we're doing today, working with really transparent colors and tips on how you can do that. And I also have some tips on picking colors without fear, because a lot of times that's what holds us back from trying. And I have like a color swatch sheet for you guys to work on. So this is a free guide. You guys can put hashtag map if you're on Facebook, and you'll get a message with a link to this guide. And then if you are on YouTube, I do have a QR code. You can either click it now if you're watching with your cameras on your TV, or you guys can come back and you guys can use the QR code later. And I'll also put it in the comments on the YouTube video when I go back in the house. So I want to make sure that you guys have, that you guys are confident when you're starting your projects. And I also have another, I might put that up this week. I have another guide that I made, and it talks about the different kind of gel mediums, because you guys are seeing me use more and more acrylic products. And I've gotten a few questions about what the different products do. And so I made a guide just for 5 for now. I don't want to overwhelm anybody, but 5 acrylic mediums, and then how you guys can use them in your creativity. So I might do that one on the next live, babe, because I feel like it goes with this, because we did use.
Roycycled Treasure sent you recycled a message. So somebody is in.
Oh, somebody is probably one of my retailers who used to be on the page.
Jane Belanti is here, so that
Hey,
means
Jane.
Jazzing up the junk.
I know.
Next year.
And Jane will be at my retreat too, again this year.
She may have been the one who asked.
Oh, thank you, Amy. I couldn't remember. I told myself I was going to go back, but there's a lot of comments to see who asked. But it was an excellent question. Thank you so much. And you guys, I want to take a few moments to talk about that. I know that sometimes we are in spaces where we don't feel safe asking questions, because you don't want to, you know, look like you don't know what you're doing, or you're afraid of what people are thinking. But we've worked really hard to create safe spaces. And so if you ever have a question, please ask, because chances are, if you're asking the question, somebody else probably has it too. And maybe, you know, they just don't know how to ask. So by your asking, you can serve a lot of people, because I've had a lot of requests for this guide, which means, Amy, when you asked that question last week, that it was a question a lot of people had. Oh my gosh, I think we're almost out of time. Which I knew we wouldn't be able to do our regular live with the baby here because it's not fair to ask him to sit.
He's not a baby.
He's not, but it's a long time. My son makes fun of me, you guys. He told me I've gotten soft since I had the grandbaby. I bet that's the case for a lot of us, though. What do you guys think? This is fun. I almost don't want to stop, but I have to. Okay. Did anybody have any questions? I don't know. I feel like I've done a lot of talking tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. This little peach is looking a little tired over here. Let me see if I can make a nicer peachy color.
Marty Hardy, do you go by a schedule when you are live?
We do. So it's generally every other Sunday, but it goes by my son's work schedule because generally we don't have the boy when we're live. And so that's the schedule. What I do though, Marty, if you look usually in the first email of the month, I think, Marty, you're on the Roycycled Insiders list, right? We will send you guys a schedule showing you when we're going to be live for the month.
Yeah, we wouldn't have normally had them, but they decided to go be grown-ups for our daughter-in-law's birthday.
Yes. They deserve it. This is her first extended stay away from the baby since she's had the baby. It's good. I think I like that peach a little bit better. But what was I saying? So yeah, we send out an email at the beginning of the month letting you know when we're going to be on Whatnot, when we're going to be here. And then I also try to schedule them really early on the Roycycled page so that if you go to the event, you can like RSVP and that way you'll get an alert when we're going to be live. So it is a schedule, but I don't know if it's like a meaningful schedule for you guys. It's not like it's the first and second Sunday of every month. Not like that kind of schedule. We have to schedule around our life, girl.
Marty says I've not gotten an email in a long time.
Really? You know what? Sign up. Did you sign up for the to get this, Marty? Sign up for this so that you can, if you're on the email list and your service is sending it to spam, every time you sign up to receive something, it tells your server that you want to hear from us. And then if for some reason you've been taken off, you'll be added back. I did take off like 2,500 people because anybody who wasn't opening emails, I took them off. Because my service charges me for like how many people I have.
Okay, questions. Jane says, hope to see you Tuesday evening.
I think so, Jane. Yes.
Oh, okay. You know that.
Yes. It's for a mastermind. I will be there.
Toye, Toye, Slaughter.
Yes.
What brand of watercolors are you using?
Girl, I don't know. I bought these from Lexi Grenzer like last year, late in the year, and it doesn't have a brand on it anywhere. But I know that there's a 48 count Meeden watercolor and she doesn't have them anymore because I went to her site to check because I was going to tell you guys to go get them, but she doesn't have them on her website anymore. Lexi doesn't. So I think that the Meeden ones are probably the equivalent to this, the ones on Amazon. It's Meeden. I've been using a lot of Meeden lately. I don't know. I mean, not for any particular reason, just because they have affordable products and the products are generally good. So those are the ones I think I put in my Amazon shop. Oh, and you guys, I'll be putting a blog. I was hoping to get my blog posted before we came on today. I also have a new blog article. I have two, I think, already. And I'll be putting up another blog article later today or later this evening about the paintable papers as well. And I think I have a link on there for the watercolor that I'm talking about. Not I think, I do have a link.
Carol Ullman says, do you ever use Inktense pencils?
So, yes, I love Robin. What is Robin's last name? One of the ladies brought those to the retreat, and so I bought some. Look, I'm using watercolors today, but I've used fluid acrylics. I've used acrylic paints. I've used watercolor paints. I've used watercolor pencils, like whatever Dorothy said to use alcohol inks. You can use acrylic inks. Whatever is your favorite medium, you can use with these papers, right? If it's transparent, it's easier. So if you haven't painted like this before and you want to feel confident about doing it, I would suggest starting with transparent paint first. But, you know, if you're already used to painting, you can use whatever is comfortable for you. And that's the beauty of this. And so I put a watercolor ground on top of this. But if I were going to use like my fluid acrylics or acrylic paint, I would have just used some clear gesso, right, over the top of this, and then I would have started painting. You can use alcohol inks, you can use whatever you want, because once you seal this paper, it's just a surface like any other surface, except for you have the benefit of having the paper on there. I do want to do one more thing before we go, because I want to show you guys why I go through the exercise of putting the gel medium over the edge of the paper. It's because once I get done, what background do I want to use? What's the opposite?
So Lee says Ben thinks it's a persimmon, not a peach.
Oh, you're probably right.
Kathleen Lucas asks, are you contaminating your paint when you re-dip the brush into a different paint?
Probably, but the thing about these, I can just spray them and wipe them off. I'm terrible to my art supplies, you guys. I'm not nice to them at all.
And Susan Glazer says, weren't you going to do a blue background?
I am right now, Susan. So I'm picking up blue right now, and I'm going to put a little bit of the orange in the blue. It's going to do two things. It's going to neutralize it so it's not as bright, and it's also going to kind of help make sure everything looks like it goes together. So this is the edge of my paper, and you guys can see that because I used the clear, I'm going to go right over that. I'll just paint that green later. That because I used my gel medium over the edge of my paper, there's no longer a physical edge. So you can't tell where the paper starts and where my project ends. And so that's the beauty of taking the time to use a gel medium over your edges, is because it really does conceal them, so that if you put different pieces of paper together and you paint them, like you've in essence made your own piece of artwork. I mean, not in essence, you've made your own piece of artwork now. And you know, you can use the different papers together. Like this one is actually Paintable Harvest, and then this piece is from this is Paintable Fall. This piece is from Paintable Harvest. So you can mix them. If you want to put some flowers with your pumpkins, you can do that. But you cannot tell where the edge of my paper, you know, where it started. And I'm not painting all this little stuff. I'm going to leave it just like it is. I'm cheating. And I can paint right over this stuff, and I can still paint this later if I want it, right? Ah, I didn't mean to pick up that green. And I know I'm driving somebody crazy because I'm so haphazard, but this is how I roll, y'all. I mean, if you guys wanted to paint all that little stuff, you could, but I'm not going to do it. I already know. I remember when I first started my art classes and I would watch artists paint around their stuff. I'm like, there is no way I would do that. But I do all the time now. Whoops. That red wasn't dry. But now, I mean, it's a completed piece once I put my background on there, which I could probably be a lot more careful. I do want to talk about one thing before we go, babe. This is important. So you guys see that there's a lot of texture on my piece, right? Let me finish real quick. And that is because if you guys will remember last week, this was the only rubber spatula that I had. I forgot to bring my bigger one. So if you like texture, which I do, I mean, I don't mind this texture at all, then you can use a smaller trowel and you can like put extra texture in there, which I think makes it look um, more prettier to me. But if you don't like that, I'm going to miss that because I don't want the texture and the brush marks. And I'll let that dry. But if you don't want to have a lot of these marks, can you guys see those? You guys can see that, right? Those straight lines that are on there from my trowel. I like them. But if you do not want to see that, then you'll want to use a larger spatula. So with my first one, I used this one. This is one of IOD spatulas, and you can see how wide it is. So if I was spreading this, I wouldn't have hardly any marks on here. But because I used this small one, I had a lot of marks from where I spread that gel medium. So if you don't like marks, just use a larger spatula when you're putting your gel media over the edge of your papers. And then that way you'll have less texture or no texture. And if you like the texture like me, then you can use a smaller trowel and you can intentionally leave a lot of texture in your gel. And that's just another element that you can add to your project. But I just have one more little birdie over here to paint. And this project is almost done. I got to figure out what color I'm going to do my little snails. I don't know. But it sounded like we're out of time. What color are snails? Let's do these purple. I think that's a pretty color against all this. Here, Pop. Here. Demar. Here, I'm going to match your energy. You already know how I do. Wipe that up. Thank you. See, he thinks we won't fuss when we're in public. You better ask my children about that. I don't know. That feels a little dark. Anyways, there's a little snail right there, and there's another. Oh, there's the other one right here. I'll go in with a little thinner with that one.
Gary Sanchez says hi.
Hello, Ariana. Everybody wish Ariana a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I know David is so good. David is a nice one, you guys. He remembers people's birthdays, all the things. My brain is just all over the place all the time. So you got to text Ariana first yesterday. I'm still painting, I know. I said we're gonna leave.
Bring his sister.
They're probably gonna be tired, baby.
They're gonna be very tired.
But yes, I do want to see Miss Tiana. I get to see her before they left. Okay. Should I stop, you guys? I'm gonna stop. But you guys get the idea. I think this is gonna be so pretty. I'm gonna carry this blue all the way in over here. I really like that against the orange. And that's a ton of character. And then I can let this dry completely. And if I wanted to intensify something, I could go back in with more color. I could go in, like for me, I want to go in here and just go in with some white on some of these nodules here. And I'm not going to put white on top of all of my highlights, but just like the ones that are, I don't know, in my holy imagination where the light is like really hitting. I should add a little bit of yellow to that so it doesn't feel ashy. And again, you guys don't have to do all this. You can just paint it one color and it'll still be beautiful. And that's it. Were there any more questions?
One more time, what did you use instead of gesso?
Instead of gesso for this one, because I was using watercolors, I used transparent watercolor ground. This is the only brand that I found that's transparent. I'm not saying it's the only one that there is, but this is Daniel Smith. I just found it on Amazon, and this transparent watercolor ground. There is another brand, I think I have it here, but it's not transparent, it's white. So make sure that if you're going to put it, oh, this one. I bought this watercolor ground, but it's not transparent, it's white. So, I mean, this is fine if you're going to just put it on something white, but we're putting it over our artwork. So, I like the transparent. Now, if you have this, like let's just say you already have some watercolor ground, you can put a thin coat on top of your paint as long as you can see your image underneath and you can still paint. Actually, I think in the membership, I ended up doing that because I couldn't find the transparent one in my Royce membership.
One last time, anybody that it's free, the guide.
The guide, yeah. Did everybody here get a chance? If hashtag map, and you guys will get a message with the guide to painting the designs, and it just shows you how to interpret the lines. It gives you tips and tricks of when you're painting, and there's also kind of a page for you to do your water swatches. And you guys get a digital copy, so like you could print this out on some watercolor paper or some thicker paper if you wanted. Sometimes I will come up with a color combination or a color that I love, and then I don't remember how I made it. So color swatching can be really useful. This is your color swatch, and then you can put notes of what it was, what was in that color. And I also put this little skinny bar here, and in my imagination, this is how this little skinny bar would work. Like if I made this color here, this blue here, and I fell in love with this color blue, I could say that I used like this much blue with this color. Because I'm visual, you guys can have like a visual guide. And I used like that much orange. I don't know if that's what I did, but like you can either write it there or you can make yourself like a visual guide of what colors you use to create this color. So that's how this sheet works. But hashtag map. If you're on YouTube, though, let me get you the QR code. You're making me work.
Very Ivan, no space between the hashtag and map.
No space. This hashtag map, all one word. Oh, yeah. And for some reason, my media asks, because I'm trying to touch the screen. Oh, my gosh. And then if you're on YouTube, there is a QR code so that you can get your guide. And if you guys are Roycycled Insiders, I send assets like this out once a month. So this went out to my Roycycled Insiders right after our last live that we had. And then it went on to Facebook. But like every month, we send out some kind of a guide, whether it's how to get a clean stencil, how to create an art journal from old thrift books. I don't know. There's something different every month. Kim Paris found it on Amazon. It's on the list. Oh, okay. But I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Let me change cameras real quick. Lord have mercy for Jesus. I wish there's a quicker way to change cameras than to have to go out and go to the other screen. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look at this. You guys see all this? I got a lot going on over here. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live. Remember, I know I always say you can do this and you can do it today, but my new mantra is where curiosity goes, creativity follows. So I encourage you guys to be curious, to play. When you do your first project, do something small without any expectation. Just learn, because it's through experimentation and play that we grow and we learn artistically. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a blessed week, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.